Hey everyone, welcome to Center Stage Music Center Online. My name is Sayed, and today we're going to be going over 3 out of the 15 scales for Tuba NYSSMA All State level. The 3 scales we're going to be going over today are E, D flat, and F sharp. Alright, for our first scale today, we're going to be going over our E scale. It's going to sound like this. Alright, let's go over the notes for our E scale. So remember, our E scale has 4 sharps. We're going to have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, and D sharp. Let's go over the notes for our E scale. We're going to start off with low E natural, which is 1, 2, and 3, followed by F sharp, which is 2 and 3. Then we have G sharp, which is our first valve, then A, which is our second valve, then B natural, 1, 2, and 3, C sharp, 2 and 3, then D sharp, first valve, and then E natural for our second valve. So now going descending, we have our D sharp, C sharp, B, A, G sharp, F sharp, and our low E, which is 1, 2, and 3. So let's go ahead and play that at a slower tempo. 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, so how do we do with our E scale, guys? So remember to practice that at a slower tempo, bring up that tempo like I did in the first try, and you'll have your E scale in no time. Alright guys, for our second scale, we're going to go over our D flat scale. It's going to sound like this. Alright, let's go over the notes for our D flat scale. So remember, our D flat scale has 5 flats. We're going to have B flat, we're going to have E flat, A flat, D flat, and G flat. Alright, so now what we're going to start off with is our D flat, which is our 2 and 3, followed by E flat, 1, F, open, G flat, 2 and 3, A flat, 1, B flat, open, C, 1, and D flat, 2. Then descending, we're going to go back down to C, B flat, A flat, G flat, F, E flat, and D flat. So now let's go over this scale nice and slow. 1, 2, ready, go. Alright, so how do we do with our D flat scale? Now, one thing I do want to remind you guys, we start off with D flat, 2 and 3. But when we get to our higher D flat, we're actually going to use our second valve, okay? And this is because we're going to be using it for better intonation on the tuba. Alright, so 2 and 3 you can still play high D flat with, but 2 is just a lot better in intonation. And when you go over some of the higher notes, you're going to start noticing less valves for better intonation. So just keep an eye on that. So remember to keep practicing this scale at a slower tempo, bring it up to speed, and you'll have your D flat scale in no time. Alright, for our third scale, guys, we're going to go over our F sharp scale, and it's going to sound like this. Alright, so let's go over the F sharp scale. So remember, our F sharp scale is going to have 6 sharps. We're going to have F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, and E sharp. Okay? And for you guys, remember, E sharp is just F natural to kind of help you guys out. It is known as an enharmonic equivalent. Okay? So we're going to start off with our F sharp, which is going to be 2 and 3, followed by G sharp, which is 1. Then we're going to have A sharp, which is open. Then we're going to have our B, 1, 2, and 3. C sharp, 2 and 3. D sharp, 1. And then our E sharp, which is going to be open, and then F sharp, 2 and 3. So then descending, we're going to go back to E sharp. Then we have D sharp, C sharp, B, A sharp, G sharp, and F sharp. So now let's go ahead and play the scale a little slower. 1, 2, 3, go. Alright, so how do we do on our F sharp scale, guys? So remember, with our F sharp, we have our 6 sharps, and our 6th sharp being E sharp, we want to remember that is also played like F, which is our open valve. Alright, so make sure you guys practice F sharp at a slower tempo, bring it up to speed, and you'll have your F sharp scale in no time. That's it for today's lesson. We would love to hear from you, so please be sure to leave a comment below. Thank you so much for watching, and please be sure to see more videos from Center Stage Music Center online.